My name is Abe. I was Employee of the Year. Now I'm dead meat.
Pull a gun on me again and you're dead meat.
Dead meat! You might actually beat me. You really think so? Hell no! You're dead meat.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror video games, and show you how they were made. I'm Zoran, dressed like Ellie because he can't grow a beard, Gavoyich, and today we'll be exploring a much more murdery mushroom kingdom with The Last of Us Part 1, originally released in 2013 and remastered in 2014, and then re-remastered in 2022. The Last of Us is a third-person survival horror game created by Naughty Dog, the Santa Monica-based game studio behind Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, and Uncharted. Naughty Dog founders Jason Rubin and Andy Gavin met in 1982 at a weekend Hebrew school in Virginia, and subsequently founded Jam Software when they were only 14 years old. The team started out making educational software before making their first game, Ski Crazed, which is more of an injury simulator than a game. They eventually rebranded to Naughty Dog in 1989, where their first game was Rings of Power. No, not that super expensive one with the not hobbits. However, it was 1996's Crash Bandicoot that really put the studio on the map, and many rage-busted PS1 controllers from me in the trash. But their acclaim truly skyrocketed when they released Uncharted 2, the sequel to their Indiana Jones-like adventure game, Uncharted. A personal favorite. Ooh, it's cold. With a massive hit under his belt, Uncharted 2's co-writer and co-lead designer Neil Druckmann was allowed to work on an old concept he had for a zombie survival horror game. Druckmann's initial concept had many iterations, but was redeveloped with the help of Uncharted 2 director Bruce Straley into its current form. That follows Joel, a gruff gun, pipe, flamethrower, bottle, brick, and whatever he can get his hands on toting smuggler, who's tasked with escorting a teenage girl named Ellie across the post-apocalyptic landscape of these United States. Along the way, he faces attacks from the military, fellow survivors, and of course, the fungus among us, known as the Infected. The Last of Us was released in 2013, and within a week, it sold over 1.3 million copies. And after 3 weeks, it sold over 3.4 million copies, making it the biggest launch of an original game since 2011's LA Noire. No, wait, don't press X, it's the truth! And it wasn't just a financial success, as it received near universal acclaim from critics and won just all the awards. Look at them all. Oh my, okay. All right, we're done. Oh, no, there's more. And rightfully so, as the writing, art direction, acting, and overall world building is an incredible feat, with little moments adding realism and humanity in a way never before seen in a video game. That all said, the gameplay can get a bit repetitive. You'll find yourself choking and shooting wave after wave of similar enemies, with lots of ladder lifting and pallet pushing to break things up.
I hate this crap.
So how are we going to be breaking up the kills? Well, we'll be counting both regular humans and the infected. And yes, we'll also be doing player deaths, because if there's one thing this game is good at, it's killing you. Just over and over again. Point of madness. Additionally, since being traumatized by all the bodies we found in Outlast, we'll be skipping over all the no-name background bodies.
What? I thought you were gonna count everything.
What? No,
I thought you were gonna count everything in the video game.
Yes, I am. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add up all the bodies at the end, and then I'm gonna count a few story-related ones along the way.
Okay. I'm watching you.
Yeah, I know. It's creepy. Will these zombie mushrooms leave much room for kills? Let's find out and get to them. The game begins in Austin, Texas, in the year 2013. Joel comes home from work to his daughter Sarah asleep on the couch. Sarah gives her dad a watch for his birthday. Oh no, I hope it does not attract El Blanco.
Oh, haha.
Later that night, she gets a phone call from her Uncle Tommy. Something's wrong. And he tells her to put her dad on the phone, but the line goes dead before she can. She climbs out of bed and we get a good look at her room. Sarah's into all the usual teenage stuff. Soccer, the off-brand Clash band The Bash, and an obvious Twilight parody known as Dawn of the Wolf. Wonder if it's any good.
It's good. Movie's good. Good movie.
Sarah makes her way downstairs at her sleepy I'm a teen who just woke up pace to see cop cars and her dad return. He says there's something wrong with their neighbor Jimmy. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't respect property lines. So Joel shoots Jimmy, thus stopping him from crashing the Tulpar in the future. Originally, the game's opening was meant to follow Joel as he checked the neighbor's house. But during a brainstorming session, the designers believed they felt that was too predictable. Instead, they decided it'd be scarier to experience this pre-apocalypse through the eyes of a child. It also gave the player a chance to connect with Joel as a father figure, before stepping into his probably super comfy dad shoes. I wear Allbirds. I have no balance! Joel's brother Tommy is waiting outside in his truck, ready to get the hell out of town and away from whatever's going on.
Did they say how many are dead?
No, please tell me. I don't want to have to count them. Ah, whatever. When they reach the highway, the traffic is bumper to bumper. Oh, is Weird Al playing at the Austin city limits or something? An infected pulls someone out of their car and starts tearing them apart. Tommy tries to turn around and escape the chaos, but another car smashes into them. Joel squarely kicks open the windshield and spots the driver of the car that hit them, now very dead. So should we still swap insurance info? An infected man attacks Joel, but Tommy kills him with a brick to the head.
Hey, that brick just saved my life.
With infected and people swarming the streets, it's time to run. Sarah's injured, so Joel scoops her up, and they pass people being thrown to the ground, bitten and ripped apart, and Sarah just kinda has to watch it all. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry you have to be here while I kill count. You know, I have to stand here and watch everything, and oh look, Joel got bit. Those are the hazards of the job. Come on, Ben, get off of me. Go, go. A car crashes into a gas station and explodes, killing at least 4 people and a lot of Oberto beef jerky.
Don't look, Sarah.
If you don't look, honey, we don't have to count them. Joel carries Sarah past more panic in the streets of Austin, with one man on fire and another one collapsed on the ground. Oh, good God, can we turn anywhere without a kill? Nope, apparently not. Passing so many more victims. I mean, honestly, I need some help here. Oh, a hint. 11 people. Thanks, game! Down an alley, another infected tries to make Joel his next meal, but Tommy kills him and will add the infected's meal to the count as well. Tommy tells Sarah and Joel to get to the highway while he holds off the steadily growing zombie horde. On their way, they run past 2 more Nom Nom victims. And as we run, we can see shadows of the infected right behind us. That is just so gloriously creepy. I love it. With 2 infected on their tails, Joel and Sarah reach a military checkpoint just in time for a soldier to gun down the infected. But he refuses to let Joel and Sarah pass. The soldier has his orders.
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
He then opens fire, but before he can finish Joel off, Tommy comes to the rescue with a perfectly timed headshot. Talk about the nick of time. Hey, Sarah, I think we're gonna be all... Oh, no, 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 no! An absolutely gut-wrenching performance from Sarah's actor, Hannah Hayes, is truly one of the most emotional moments ever to happen in a video game, as we watch Joel grieve his daughter, who dies in his arms. Oh man, oh god, oh crap, oh shit, oh god, oh no! Oh, definitely hits a lot harder now that I have a kid. Okay, let's just get out of this and cut to a title card. Over the opening credits, a reporter states that the number of confirmed deaths has passed 200. And since we did witness a lot of that carnage, we'll add 201 to the count, because that's over 200. As conditions get worse across the world and attempts to develop a vaccine for the outbreak fail, a militia group called the Fireflies emerges.
Remember, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Believe in the Fireflies.
In order to maintain an organic feel, this title sequence was actually shot in live action just 6 weeks before the game went to print. It was created using frozen ink on sponges and actual slime mold. Gross. It's now 20 years later, and Joel's got a little more salt in his pepper. He wakes up to a knock at the door. It's Tess, his partner in crime, quite literally, as the 2 are smugglers. On her way back from a deal, Tess got jumped by a pair of men who tried to kill her. They were then sent after her by someone named Robert. Hey, that's my middle name!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you telling me your middle name isn't actually gonna shake my ass on the hood of Whitesnake's car?
No, that was a joke.
I have to refile so much paperwork.
Ooh. That can't be good for my taxes. Tess and Joel have been gunning for Robert, because, you know, he stole guns from them. So they plan to take the fight to him before he can try again. Outside, we get our first real look at the Boston quarantine zone, and it ain't pretty. I mean, from a game engine perspective, it's gorgeous. But story-wise, there are military checkpoints everywhere, rations are running low, and armed guards are killing people in the streets. If anyone tries to stop them, like Joel for example, they get killed too. Tess and Joel have plans to leave the zone, but everything changes when the Fireflies attack. Joel heals himself with some bandages that should really only get him up to 75 health, and the 2 of them come up with an alternate plan. Sneak out of the city through a secret tunnel! secret tunnel that takes them outside, where they do a little bit of what passes for flirting in this post-apocalypse.
It's like we're on a date.
Well, I am the romantic type.
You got your ways.
Things continue to get steamier. No, wait, no, those are actually spores. So Joel puts on his Harry Warden cosplay and finds the source of the spores is this non-Lance Henriksen Mushroom King, who we'll count later. The infected were inspired by, of all things, BBC's Planet Earth documentary that featured the real-life cordyceps fungi, which infects insects and takes control of their motor functions, forcing them to help spread its spores. When Druckmann and Straley heard the phrase zombie ants, a spore of an idea was planted.
What if it jumped to humans?
Well, I'm sure this guy trapped under a cabinet would tell you it's not great. And since his mask is cracked, he's as good as dead. So the game gives us the option to leave him there or put him out of his misery. Joel chooses the latter, because if there's one thing Joel loves, it's ladders. You will see what I mean. Past that poor bastard, they encounter more infected. Joel chokes one of them to death and punches two more for chowing down on a dead body. Seriously, mushrooms eating people? What is this, Mom and Dad Save the World? Joel and Tess reach the slums and, oh good, farmers markets survive the apocalypse.
You touch it, you buy it.
But I want to make sure the guns are ripe first. We see a wanted poster for Marlene, a firefly that's also looking for Robert. A bit of bribery gets us to the next area where Robert's cronies try to scare Joel and Tess off. Tess responds with a headshot, and then Joel has to one-up her with two of his own. Their friendly game of who can murder more continues as they take down 9 henchmen, including one who takes the lyrics to Oh Holy Night quite literally. Joel finds a shiv and grabs a henchman. Well, maybe he knows where Robert is, so maybe we wait to murder him?
Look, man.
Jesus, Joel. Okay, just don't. Nope, you've already killed another 2 people. Great. They catch up with Robert and test Tanya Harding's him in an alleyway. And with nowhere to run, Robert admits he sold their guns to the Fireflies. Damn. Well, maybe you can use Robert to lead you to the Fireflies.
That is a stupid idea.
Or kill him. You just love killing. Firefly Marlene catches Tess and Joel in the act and offers to return the guns and pay them if they smuggle something out of the city for her. But first, they want proof that she still has the guns at all. Tess and Joel follow Marlene to a Firefly safe house, picking off soldiers along the way.
It won't buy you anything to kill me.
It'll buy me a kill graphic, as Joel and the others kill 6 more soldiers before Joel succumbs to some beard-on-beard violence. Off-screen, the soldiers have shot 3 fireflies, and man, carnage has never been so beautifully rendered. I mean, just look at those reflections. Look at that, Marlene.
Goodbye, friend.
Way to make it awkward. When they reach Marlene's safe house, they meet the precious cargo. All right, what do we have? Some vintage GamePro magazines? Nope, it's a 14-year-old girl named Ellie, who Tess and Joel are tasked with getting to the Capitol building. If they do, they'll get their weapons and double what she paid Robert. Marlene trusts Joel because she was friends with Joel's brother Tommy, back when he was actually a member of the Fireflies. So she leaves Ellie with him while she takes Tess to prove the Fireflies still have the guns. It's almost curfew, so Joel takes Ellie back to his apartment. On the way, Ellie explains that Marlene has been looking after her as a favor to Ellie's mom, who died a long time ago. Ellie's played by Ashley Johnson, who also played Ellie's mom in the Last of Us TV show. A former child actress, Johnson's breakout role was in Growing Pains, before she built a voice acting career with major roles in Ben 10, Teen Titans, Recess, and the absolutely beautiful Infinity Train. Though now she's probably recognized as a founder of Critical Role, or as that random waitress in the Avengers. What are you doing there, Ashley? Despite being one of the first people to audition, she made a big impression on Druckmann and his team.
For Ellie, I think Ashley was the 2nd or 3rd candidate to walk in, and right away we knew.
Johnson had a huge influence on the character, with Druckmann frequently rewriting Ellie to be more in line with her personality. Ellie says she isn't allowed to tell Joel why he's smuggling her, but he could give 2 shits anyway. I'm Joel, I'm gruff, I don't care about stuff. Finally, they reach his place.
What are you doing?
Killing time.
Well, looks like you already killed time with that broken watch. Also, you're a murderer. When Joel wakes up, there's a rain texture outside, and a returned Tess, who's ready to finish this escort mission. Joel, Tess, and Ellie are only outside for a few minutes before they're stopped by a military patrol. One of the soldiers scans each of them to check if they're infected. Tess and Joel come up clean, but when it's time for Ellie's scan, she panics and stabs the soldier in the leg. Okay, that's not enough to put him on the count. Oh, but Joel shooting him in the head while Tess shoots the other one sure is. A peek at the scanner shows what made Ellie so nervous. She's registering as infected. Tess is ready to kill her, but Ellie insists there's an explanation.
Look at this.
I don't care how you got infected.
It's 3 weeks old.
A bite only takes 2 days to turn someone, so if Ellie's story is true, that would make her immune. Joel doesn't believe it, but an incoming military car means he doesn't have time to argue. They get out of sight, and Joel swipes some duct tape to craft with later. The Last of Us crafting system was key to making players feel the weight of survival, with resources becoming scarcer for the player in moments when the characters are starved and worn out. Unless, of course, you change the difficulty setting. Lead designer Jacob Minkoff went so far as to get a survivalist handbook and a guide to homemade munitions to accurately portray what you would find while wandering a collapsed society, which I guess is just sugar, rags, booze, gunpowder, fertilizer, screws, half a scissors, and some duct tape. Ooh, bet your Red Green is thriving in this place. The military tracks them to some abandoned cars, and it breaks out into a firefight that gets Joel shot. Yeah, that was a dumb move on my part. Sorry, Joel. Joel takes a more subtle approach the second time around, going for a couple silent but deadly chokehold kills. That was not very silent. Along the way, Joel's flashlight flickers out, forcing the player to smack their controller to get it working again. It's a fun mechanic that tries to justify why these controllers cost $70. Yeah, just take it all. No college for you, Phoenix. Cutting through the downtown, Ellie explains that the Fireflies plan to use her to make a vaccine. Joel calls bullshit. Oh good, Joel's an anti-vaxxer. But Tess is willing to believe. Whatever the case is, she's willing to see the mission through to the end. The group continues through the ruins of downtown in the pouring rain without an umbrella. I'm also curious how this world got so ruined in just 20 years. But Joel answers that question with an old notice warning of impending neckties. Nope, those are bombs, designed to get rid of the infected. Druckmann has cited a number of influences for The Last of Us, including Alan Weissman's The World Without Us, which details how quickly nature could reclaim the Earth if we weren't, killing it all the time. In fact, I even made a failed BBC pilot on the same subject with the 5SF crew that showed a world taken over by tomatoes. Yes, she fucked that tomato. Of course, his biggest touchstones were the works of Cormac McCarthy, both his novels and the adaptation of No Country for Old Men. Druckmann appreciated his minimalist storytelling, which allowed more intimacy with the characters. In fact, Druckmann originally modeled Joel off of Josh Brolin. Oh, interesting. I wonder if he still has that Thanos ballsack chin under that beard. Snap. Farther into the building, they come across an especially fungal corpse. Now, we're not counting till the end. Joel and Tess refer to it as a clicker. Years of infection caused this fungus to spread over its face, rendering it blind and forcing it to hunt using sound, like a quiet placer.
Oh my God. Soren, they're called death angels.
This she knows, but she still calls graboids tremors. I mean, yay, love you, Mom. Tess and Joel square up to a stuck door and are attacked by a clicker. This one much more alive. That is until Tess double taps it in its fungus hole. Oh, gross. I don't like that I said that or wrote it. I'm sorry. Nearby, Joel picks up a note detailing the stages of the cordyceps infection. Stage 1 is runners, the fast pack-hunting rage zombie types. Stage 2 is stalkers, who hide and ambush their victims. Stage 3 is clickers, and Stage 4 is bee. Ooh, Josh, you'll be excited for this. We get to count more bees.
Nope.
More clickers appear, making a Juwani sound that is sure to haunt your nightmares. And this specific oral anxiety was performed by actress Misty Lee, with additional sounds layered in from audio director Philip Kovacs and sound designer Derek Espino.
That's no process.
Yeah, that's just her voice. We'd combine that also with an occasional, Derek. That's just me, moving my tongue.
Joel is then able to kill 2 infected. Shh, you saw nothing. But this clicker heard something, as it makes itself a couple of Joel sandwiches. Ooh, is that raspberry jelly in them? Just like Lone Star used to make. Joel gets his revenge though, by killing 3 more infected with a choke punch shield. With the coast clear, the ladies join him, and this seems like the perfect time to make some future plans.
You know what I was thinking? After we get back, we can take it easy for a little while.
Ah, damn it, Tess, you might as well said you were one day from retirement. Originally, Druckmann had envisioned Tess and Joel having a far more superficial relationship, with him not caring about her at all. But it was the suggestion of Joel's actor Troy Baker that created the deeper bond we see in the game. And unlike Ellie, casting Joel was considerably more difficult. Baker was a hard sell, as not only the youngest person auditioning for the role, but as someone who is in many ways the opposite of Joel.
When you see Troy, he doesn't look like Joel at all.
He's so handsome and he had the frosty hair and
totally look like Final Fantasy.
However, chemistry reads with Johnson convinced the team he was the right choice. They pass the Oliver Company, where our non-Billy Joel wonders why he should worry or care about being eaten by an infected. So with his second go-around, he proves he's got that street savoir-faire by stabbing the clicker in the neck and killing 2 more infected, one with a Dr. Sartain special. On the way to the Capitol building, Joel kills 3 infected soldiers. Ooh, nice butt. Inside a seafood truck that probably smells just so delicious, Joel finds a CDC pamphlet on the CBI, the cordyceps brain infection, detailing the patients show erratic and violent behavior. Cordyceps infection, tequila, it's all the same result. A swarm of runners chases the group into an abandoned museum, just in time for a little Addams Family cameo.
You got something on your shoe. Gross.
Inside, Joel finds a bench where he can upgrade his weapons, and I love that it shows Joel actually adjusting and changing his weapons so they look different. Although sometimes he just kind of cleans them. Sure, 25% better reload there, why not? Ellie tells Tess that she got infected while sneaking out of a military school, which is the storyline explored in the game's Left Behind DLC. In it, we follow Ellie and her best friend Riley as they spend one last night together in an abandoned mall, before Riley heads off to join the Fireflies. Their spirited date is put to an end when they're both attacked and bitten. They must decide what to do with their death sentence.
My vote? Let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together.
It's a beautiful and tragic backstory that unfortunately sparks some controversy over its supposedly woke storyline. But personally, I loved it. And not just because there's basically a pun button.
I forgot how to throw a boomerang, but it came back to me.
Joel checks out some bus, oh you naughty dog, before taking out his rage on some boxes. My God, those boxes are... A wall collapses, separating Joel from Tess and Ellie and trapping him with a bunch of clickers. Once he's out of clicker country, Joel finds a runner pounding on a door.
Hey, I'm the only one that gets to impersonate Jack Nicholson.
Here's Jolie! See? And that's actually one of the many meme gifs that Naughty Dog actually created in order to celebrate The Last of Us Day, which happens every year on September 26th. And to be fair, it just makes me love them even more. Joel busts down the door and finds Tess, fighting off a runner that she bashes over the head, which then gets Joel all excited. So he kills 6 more infected to protect Ellie, and totally not to just satiate his monstrous bloodlust. Yeah, better put that backpack over your murder boner. They then make it onto the building's roof in time for a beautiful sunset pep talk.
Look, we're almost done. Stay focused.
Oh, I am focused on how much more we have of this game. Oh, this is a long kill count. Joel and the others wade through water to get to the Capitol building, and Ellie takes this moment to let them know she can't actually swim, which is a damn shame because this water is just beautifully rendered. I mean, look at it. Look at it! In the Capitol, Tess can't believe her eyes as she sees dead fireflies that will count since they make Tess start to weep. And with no one to sign for delivery, she tries to come up with a backup plan. And Joel just wants to pack it up and go home. But, Tess can't do that.
Holy shit, she's infected.
She then shows Joel her bite. Oh, that's just a hickey.
I was bitten an hour ago and it's already worse. This is fucking real, Joel.
So Tess tells Joel to take Ellie to Tommy since he might know where the Firefly's lab is. The military pulls up outside and Tess would rather go out fighting than turn. So she does just that, dying off screen and taking 2 soldiers with her. Joel processes his grief in the only way he knows how, by killing people. Yeah, now he's got that rifle and then he just keeps shooting them and choking them and beating them for like 13 soldiers? Oh, there's a lot of blood on your hands, Joel, and hey, it's great that you're doing it in front of a 14-year-old. The soldiers follow them to an abandoned subway where Joel tells them to eat fresh death. He then transports Ellie across some water on a pallet, since as she mentioned, she can't swim. Don't worry, I got you. Whoa, wait, what's going on? Oh, I'm just having a little fun with you there. Oh yeah, you're probably scared because, you know, you might drown. When they make it back outside, Ellie tries to talk about Tess, but Joel lays down some ground rules. Don't tell anyone about her immunity, do what he says, never talk about Tess, And if you ever see a ladder, you give it to him. With that, they're off to the nearby town of Lincoln to see a guy about a car. Possibly also a Lincoln, I don't know. Following a trail of smoke to Joel's car guy, aka Bill, Joel does his best Johnny impression, wandering the woods until he finds a town where a clicker kills him in a violent nature. Damn it. Okay, how about on the second try, we just keep our distance, find a strategic position, and get bitten by a clicker on a hot tin roof. Okay, screw stealth. Heat lead! Of both the pipe and rifle variety. While Joel and Ellie rummage through an empty house, Joel finds a note about pills with hilarious punctuation. I only have 3 weeks. Our collectible collecting is then interrupted when Ellie starts making a weird noise.
Are you alright?
I'm trying to learn how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle.
Well, does it sound like I know how to whistle?
Ah, it's okay, Ellie. I don't know how to whistle either. See? Wandering down Main Street, Joel and Ellie search for Seymour at Panucci's Pizza, but only find an arcade game called The Turning, which is actually a reference to the original title for The Last of Us that Druckmann tried to make into a comic book many years ago.
Apparently, there's this character called Angel Knives who'd, what was it? She'd punch a hole through your stomach before kicking your head off.
You mean you have to punch people through the stomach with your hands? Huh, that's like a baby's toy. After a quick pee break, whistle, 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 whistle. Hey, occupado! Looks like we might be close to Bill's place as we see a sign and it opens up our eyes towards a clicker as it walks into one of Bill's traps.
Your friend a bit paranoid, maybe?
It's not paranoid if there's actual monsters out to eat you. Joel finds a bow and arrow and uses it to shoot a clicker from a rooftop, before then killing a runner with a brick.
Oh, Brick, you're always there for me like a good friend. Or perhaps, more than a friend?
You know what? You don't have to answer right now. Joel warns Ellie to watch out for Bill's traps and demonstrates how dangerous they are by becoming a telekinetic brick thrower! Sadly, his powers can't stop him from being snagged like a pie-loving Homer, who also loves gunning down a swarm of infected, before Bill finally shows up to save Joel's ass. As Bill leads the way to his safe house, they're able to add 9 more infected to the count, and 1 more death notch to his belt. They eventually reach Bill's safe house where Ellie offers him a friendly handshake and thanks, so he handcuffs her to a pipe. Classic Bill, always handcuffing children. While Joel reassures Bill that they mean him no harm, Ellie breaks free and Black Snake owns his ass. Joel plays mediator.
Listen to me, you little shit.
No, fuck you! You handcuffed
I
him!
need you to shut up.
And reluctantly, Bill agrees to help Joel get a car. But first, how about a little fetch quest for some parts? Everyone loves fetch quests. As they walk through town, Joel grabs some more salvage with his octopus arms, and Bill tries to ask Joel about Tess, but he dodges the question, unlike this infected that got caught in one of Bill's traps. Oh, and he just hacks its head off. Oh, you can't show that. What do you think, Ellie? Outside, they're swarmed by more infected, and Joel gets clicked like a pen top. On the second try, Joel shoots 3 infected, and 3 more Shroombas get stomped by Bill's ba-bomb. Joel then celebrates by playing catch with his brick. What the hell did that land on? Oh no, Ellie, I don't want to alarm you, but I think we may be in some kind of simulation here. Joel grabs another brick buddy. Brick buddy. And follows Bill to the cellar. Bill keeps poking the bear about Tess and Ellie, wondering why Joel would agree to a job like this. He warns Joel against the dangers of getting attached.
I had somebody that I cared about. Somebody I had to look after. And in this world, that sort of shit's good for one thing. Getting you killed.
Bill is played by W. Earl Brown, last seen on the kill count as camera guy Kenny in Scream. He was also played by Nick Offerman in the HBO series, in one of the single best episodes of television I have ever seen.
Here's the thing, Frank. If I feed you, then every bum you talk to about it is gonna show up here looking for a free lunch. And this is not an Arby's.
Joel would rather skip all the emotional stuff.
I'm Joel, I'm gruff. I hide my feelings behind my scruff.
So Bill just teaches him to make some nail bombs and tells them they can get a battery from a truck that crashed into a nearby high school. Joel and Ellie follow Bill into a graveyard. And don't worry, we don't have to count these kills since they're from the 1800s. Wait, Dr. Emmett L. Brown? Oh no, I gotta go back to the beginning as Joel is killed by a clicker. But next time, with Bill's help, they're able to give the graveyard 10 new residents, thanks partially to those fancy new nail bombs. And don't worry, the killing isn't just confined to the cemetery, as Bill and Joel decimate 9 more infected. Oh, and the brick lended a hand too.
Here's a brick and you're dying slowly. I'll have Ben Folds in murder.
Upon entering a clicker-infested house, Joel quickly learns not to use bottles on them, next time opting to Katniss Everdeen his way through instead. They climb over to the next yard, and this place looks real nice. You got a little treehouse, a pool. Who lived here? Wait, a dog bed? Basketball hoop? They got Airbud! Through the garage, they can get a clear view of the truck sticking out of the high school. Joel sneaks through the school buses, but abandons the stealth approach for some good old-fashioned zombie punching. Knocking 5 of them onto the count, plus 1 for Bill. Damn, why haven't I been playing this way the whole game? Anyway, a mob of runners attacks, and we get knocked over so hard we die. Ah, that's why. This time when the swarm hits, Joel serves 1 a cocktail and some punch to 2 others, while 3 more infected pay the bill. Wow, infected sure love to travel in packs of 6, just like beers, or James's abs. They nab 2 more kills on the way to the truck, including one that looks so familiar. Ooh, that's the one from the opening! They head for the truck, but it's fucking empty! With no battery and infected beating down the door, they need to get anywhere but here, even if that means they gotta go back to high school. They gotta get to the gym. They kill 11 infected on the way and have to deal with him.
Goddamn bloater!
Oh, so that's what the B stands for. Josh, come back to life. Hooray! The Last of Us's fungal zombies went through several designs, ranging from standard zombies to more alien-looking enemies. However, none of them felt original enough until artist Michael Noland photoshopped a person with fungus growing out of their body. It was important to Druckmann that they captured the vibrant colors of fungal growths, balancing horror and death with their natural beauty.
It's not just about everything about it being scary, because to us it's actually scarier when things on it are somewhat benign or somewhat beautiful.
The team created a full biological cycle for the infected, from clicker to bloater to spore-spreading growth on the wall. A true circle of life that leads to 3 deaths for Joel. Oh, including a smile demon-like face dripping. Ow, wow, goddamn. Joel then gets off the death bench and back into the game, playing ball with some runners and a game of catch the bullets with some others, which adds our first bloater to the kill count lineup. They then exit the school. See you later, Principal Prickly, Ellie seemed to say. Outside, Joel fisticuffs another runner onto the count before heading inside a house to have an all-out grump-off with Bill. The Grumpy Old Men reboot auditions are cut short by the sight of a body. And you know what? I'm gonna count this one because it turns out it's Frank, Bill's former partner. Looks like he got infected and wanted to avoid turning, which explains his choice to We find a bitter note that he left to Bill as we search the house.
But I guess you were right. Trying to leave this town will kill me. Still, better than spending another day with you. Good luck, Frank.
He also left behind a car with the battery from the high school inside, but it's dead. So Bill and Joel push the car to the hill while Ellie tries to get it started. Infected decide they want to ride too, and those guys never chip in for gas. So Joel kills 7 of them before dying from falling down again. Trying again, Joel punches 4 more infected before they manage to get the engine going. Yeah, let's burn some dust. Eat my rubber. They drop Bill at home and he sends Joel off with a siphon hose and some choice words.
We square. We're square. And get the fuck out of my town.
All right, looks like it's time for a road trip! And Ellie's gonna pass the time with a comic book she swiped from Bill's safe house called Savage Starlight. Oh, and it's a collaboration with real-world publisher Dark Horse, who published this game's tie-in comic, The Last of Us American Dreams. Savage Starlight features art by Mike Avon Oming, who actually did one of my favorite series called Powers, as well as video game webcomics for Left 4 Dead and Portal 2. Ellie's not thrilled that you have to collect all 14 comics to get the full story.
Hate cliffhangers.
Oh yeah, then you're really gonna hate The Last of Us TV show. Or really any show that exists in today's society. Oh, looks like Ellie nabbed something else too. A magazine full of hunky boys.
Why are these all stuck together? I'm just fucking with you.
When they hit Pittsburgh, we learn Bill's not the only one setting up traps. A fake injured man and his crew attack the car, and with no dash cam, Joel decides to make an honest man out of the scammer. They crash into a building where a hunter tries to push Joel onto a shard of glass, but he Uno reverses his ass, then pulls another off Ellie and fights his way through another 7 like it's nothing at all. Although one may have, killed him with a 2x4 the first time around. Ellie asks Joel how he knew that they were going to be ambushed, and he admits that he used to do the same thing.
So, they kill a lot of innocent people?
Yes, he does! I mean, not as many as Nathan Drake, but it's still a lot. Wandering the city, Ellie learns to whistle. I don't know how you did that so quickly. Could you please teach me your magic, Ellie Bean? Joel finds a couple of bodies still in their vehicles and guesses the military was responsible. He says it's all part of their strategy.
You sacrificed the few to save the many.
I thought that was Spock's strategy. In any event, Joel adds to his many by killing a few more hunters. Joel and Ellie continue through a military checkpoint where some kind of revolution took place. Inspired, Joel starts his own revolution when he kills a whopping 17 hunters. Just all these murder. Look at all this murder. You split screen all this carnage. Look at this. Good God.
Endure and survive.
Which is the motto of Savage Starlight, and the only way I'm gonna make it through this very repetitive gameplay. Ellie tries to lighten the murder mood by reading from that joke book she got from Riley.
Bakers trade bread recipes on a need-to-know basis.
I used to make dad jokes, and then, my daughter died in my arms. All right, tell me another one.
Joel and Ellie then find some chilling remnants of the revolution in the form of bodies and graffiti, reading things like death for freedom and out of options. But I disagree with that last one. This game's got lots of options, see? There's all the color ones and the graphic ones. Oh wait, I could Thanos snap people away? Well, that would have helped with the kill counting. Deeper into the zone, Ellie takes another trip to Pallet Town, and then they cut through the ruins of a formerly fancy hotel. They need to get upstairs, and thank God this apocalypse happened in the middle of everyone remodeling, because one ladder later, Joel has checked out 6 hunters from their lives. And I don't know, but I think that might make the ladder an accomplice. When climbing through an elevator shaft, the elevator suddenly drops. Oh, damn gremlins. And it sends Joel into the water below. While looking for a way out, Joel kills our first stalkers of the game. Oh, and he should have rolled disadvantage on that last one. Joel finds a generator, and it's minigame time. Of course, the noise attracts a nearby killer. Oh God, I hope it's not the dredge. No, it's just a flaming, face-ripping bloater. Bye, Joel's face. Going again, Joel kills 2 more infected and manages to take out the bloater with firepower and just plain fire. In the hotel kitchen, hunters kill a clicker.
Hey, thanks guys, I really appreciate it.
Everything's cool.
Oh no, I'm still very much a murderer.
Joel then tries to climb a ladder, but he's kicked off of it by a hunter who's sick of these ladder puzzles. And my lack of pressing square squarely puts Joel onto the count. Next time, Joel's able to QTE long enough for Ellie to grab a gun and shoot the hunter herself.
I shot the hell out of that guy, huh?
Aw, her first kill. They grow up into murderers so fast. While still a major moment for her character, originally Ellie's first human kill capped off her entire character arc. The spirit of that idea is still present, but Druckmann turned Ellie into a more capable and independent character based on feedback from coworkers and his own experience becoming a father during development. They reach a Sedgwicky ballroom that Slimer really did a number on. Joel mixes up a Molotov cocktail at the bar, and then, I'm sorry, did he just put fire in his backpack? Outside, in a really nice moment of trust, Joel shows Ellie how to use a rifle, and she promises to make every shot count. In his own way, Joel thanks Ellie for saving his life.
It was either him or me.
You're welcome.
Outside the hotel, Joel listens in on a hunter conversation.
All right, you heard him. Search the area. Do not let anybody through.
Before murdering them under a hanging body. But don't worry, YouTube, it was just a murder. So we cool. Joel gives Ellie a gun of her own.
But hey, you only kill in case of an emergency, young lady. Like this guy, this one, and these 6 others. All emergencies.
Joel is tempted to pick up a brick lying on the ground, but he's a monogamous subjectophiliac.
Oh, sorry, I'm all full up, but I'll be thinking of you, though, when I'm with my other brick.
They witness a couple gunned down in the streets, and 2 hunters show up to finish the woman off, so Joel retaliates by killing them. Wait, no, those were different hoodied hunters. Well, murder is murder. So might as well add another 7 hunters to the kill count, including 1 assist from Ellie.
That better have been an emergency.
Outside, Joel and Ellie spot a poster for Dawn of the Wolf Part 2, which Joel actually saw before the world ended. Joel took Sarah to see this Twilight parody, but he still can't bring himself to talk about her with Ellie.
Who dragged you to see it then?
I don't know. Let's just stay focused, all right?
While Joel's character went through several changes, the loss of his daughter was always a key part. The Last of Us was initially conceived for a contest, while Druckmann was attending Carnegie Mellon in 2004. The assignment was to pitch a zombie story to the contest judge, the big zombie papa himself, George A. Romero. Druckmann's original game idea was about a cop with a heart condition, and every time it acted up, the player would switch perspectives to the girl he was protecting. Romero ended up picking a different submission, and Druckmann went on to take a job at Naughty Dog. While working at the company, he revisited the idea several times. It went from being a comic book about a former criminal to a game called Mankind, set in a world with a zombie virus that only affects women. Kind of a reverse Y the Last Man. It was even a Left 4 Dead style multiplayer game at one point. However, it wasn't until Druckmann pitched a character-focused narrative game more in the vein of the Uncharted series that the company's higher-ups decided to move forward with it.
It's a very challenging process to create a new IP, and you're gonna fail over and over again. But that's what it takes.
While sneaking around, Joel can hear the hunters arguing about canned bacon?
How the hell do you have 24 cans of bacon?
Yeah, I've never heard of canned bacon before, but apparently it's super popular with doomsday preppers. And I bet it's MRE-licious. You like that one, Bert? Oh, that's right, you died in Tremor 7. Joel then kills 7 hunters, including one that he shoots in the throat. Oh, that is awful. But what's even worse is that none of them had any precious cans of bacon. More hunters show up, this time with a mounted machine gun. And in case you were curious, if Joel walks directly into the gunfire, well, what do you know, it kills him. So instead of doing that, he gets to higher ground and sneaks into an open apartment window. Somebody then grabs him, and so Joel does what Joel does best and just starts beating the shit out of him. That is until a kid pulls a gun on Joel. And it turns out these aren't hunters at all. This is Henry and Sam, a pair of brothers from Hartford who also got ambushed. So they team up to escape the city together. The group hides from the Humvee in a toy store, and it's full of fun stuff like murderous AIs and carrion buddies, which I assume is a Sex and the City dollhouse. Oh yeah, you can see where they drink their little Cosmos right there. Sam picks up a Voltron robot he wants to bring with him, but Henry shuts it down.
We only take what we have to. That's right.
No toys in the apocalypse. Haven't you seen A Quiet Place? Outside, Joel impresses Henry with his murdering skills.
Not bad, old timer.
Oh yeah, Joel definitely put in his 10,000 hours of murder. They reach the hideout and Henry shares his plan. They'll wait until sunset, then sneak past the skeleton crew guarding the bridge. Oh, do you think Neil will be there? He's my favorite. While the grown-ups are planning, Ellie and Sam get to be kids for a little while.
Ow!
A blueberry hurt you?
Oh, I love these little personal moments so much. After a quick nap, the group wakes up and hits snooze on the lives of more hunters. And what can I say? The crew that slays together stays together, which is, I guess, basically the concept of prison. While the now blood-bound gang are sneaking by, the hunters shoot a clicker.
Nailed it!
And then shoot a Joel. Okay, let's try that again. Things go better on the second try, killing 8 hunters on the way to a ladder that leads out of Dodge.
Huh, you call that a ladder? I'll show you a ladder. I'll show you so many ladders.
Henry and Sam make it up with no problem, but then the ladder breaks as Ellie climbs it.
Told you that twerp, no ladder!
With more hunters closing in, Henry takes Sam and runs, leaving Joel and Ellie on their own. Well, not completely on their own.
Oh, it's okay. Never gonna give you up, Rick Astley.
They escape into the Winchester to have a nice cold pint and wait for all this to blow over. But looks like they're all out of lager, so Joel serves up a Molotov cocktail and some shots. They make a break for it and hit a dead end at the edge of a broken bridge. In spite of Joel's orders not to and the fact that, she can't swim, Ellie jumps over the edge, forcing Joel to follow her down to a rocky landing. They wake up on a beach and, oh look, Henry and Sam are back. Turns out Henry pulled Ellie and Joel out of the water, which, kind of makes up for the whole leaving them for dead thing. Oh, friendship. The landscape on the beach is absolutely stunning, but whoa, wait a minute. Why can't I walk any further into the water?
Oh God, I told you, we're in a simulation. This whole thing's a video game. Look at the crabs, they're phasing to the next level.
On the beach, they find a scream boat, but instead of seeing a tiny David Howard Thornton, they just find a note from a sailor named Ish.
If you happen to find my skeleton, please don't step on my skull. Thanks.
And with no skeleton to step on, so that might mean this Ishmael guy might still be alive.
Yes, finding him will be our white whale. Ha ha ha.
I ordered a harpoon, it just did not arrive in time. They enter the sewer tunnels and find another Ish note.
I think, I'll become a sewer mole man for a while.
You know what? I think I'm starting to get invested in this guy.
Oh, I sure hope he's not one of these clickers that Joel shoots with a bow and arrow. No, wait, another note. Ish lives.
You know what? I don't care. What's the point of surviving if you don't have someone to laugh at your corny jokes?
You so get me, Ishmael.
Back in the water, it's time to wet our palates again.
Oh, this thing.
You know, I used to hate the water. Now I just hate pallets. Deeper into the tunnels, Joel and others get ambushed and kill 4 infected, still hoping that none of them were Ish. Nearby, more notes reveal that Ish actually made a decent hideout for himself and a couple named Susan and Kyle, along with their kids. Unfortunately, The Last of Us won't let us have nice things, since further exploration reveals some bodies that I will count, including Kyle and his kids, who were seemingly trapped inside by a swarm of infected. Oh my god, I hate the little shoes so much! As the group advances through the sewer, Joel accidentally triggers a safety gate that splits them up. Joel takes Sam to find a way out, killing 11 clickers and stalkers during their search. They regroup with Henry and Ellie, and the adults fend off 8 more infected, in time for their respective juveniles to unlock their exit. They block the door with a special cola machine to see— oh, come on!
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
Maybe put your Walking Dead warning on both sides next apocalypse. Now stuck in the suburbs, Joel ducks into an abandoned house, where we find Ish's final note.
Every part of my being just wants to give up. It'd be so easy to surrender to this world. I can't do that, though. I have too much faith in humanity. I've seen that we're still capable of good. We can make it. I have to stay strong for her.
Ish was a reference to the protagonist Isherwood Williams in the novel Earth Abides by George R. Stewart, with his sailor origins being inspired by Moby Dick. Originally, a note in the Left Behind DLC would have let us know his fate, but Druckmann wanted to keep his survival a mystery, only ever appearing again as an Easter egg in the Last of Us Factions multiplayer game and a drawing in the Last of Us TV show.
But as far as I'm concerned, he's still alive. And we're dating.
Ellie and Sam stumble upon an ice cream truck and can't believe it was ever a thing.
This thing would drive around and play real loud, creepy music, and kids would come running out to buy ice cream.
Yeah, and then sometimes they'd start kidnapping kids and then gaslighting folks about blood.
It's grenadine for my ice cream treats.
Ellie then takes this moment to do some work on her tight 5.
You want to hear a joke about pizza? Never mind, it was too cheesy.
And now the crowd's all warmed up, Sam's got some jokes too.
Why can't your nose be 12 inches long?
I don't know, why?
Because then it would be a foot.
That is so dumb.
I love this so much, and not just because of the puns. It's actually these little in-game conversations that really help endear the characters to the player.
Plus, they remind me of all the hours I spent with Tali and Rex in the Mass Effect loading elevator.
Do Krogan size up everyone for a fight, even friends and allies?
Yes.
I miss you guys. Joel heads into the living room to find Sam and Ellie playing darts together. All right, you two, let old Joel have a try. Okay, no one saw that, right?
There'll come a day where kids can just be kids again.
Yeah, you're right. You know, if you tell them I'm bad at darts, I will kill you. The fun and games are cut short when a group of hunters attack, and they ain't playing fair as they've got a sniper hiding out in a house nearby. All right, looks like it's time for Joel to get a killing. He fights his way through 6 hunters on the way up the hill, but ends up getting spotted and shot. Okay, let's see if we can do that again. This time, sneaking up to the sniper's hiding spot and ignoring the QuickTime event to see if we get a cool death. Nope, we do not. Next time around, Joel's the one getting super stabby before taking the sniper spot and killing 18 hunters, including that machine gun Humvee, killing them and blowing them up on this here grassy knoll. All that commotion attracted a ton of infected. Ellie's able to take out 2, and then Joel super scopes 6 more, plus these 2. All right, let's get the hell out of the burbs. That night at the radio tower, the group enjoys a nice bean dinner. Tastes posse pear. After dinner, Sam and Ellie chat and gets all philosophical about the infected.
What if the people are still inside? What if they're trapped in there without any control of their body? Scared of that happening to me.
Ellie reassures him that that's never gonna happen and gives him that Gotron that he wanted earlier, before leaving him alone with his thoughts and his bite. The next morning, Sam is a changed man who attacks Ellie, so Henry is forced to shoot his brother in one of the most devastating additions to the count. That is until Henry, unable to cope, decides to...
Why do I play games like this? I am sad now. Activate tears. Do they look real? Good work, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you for editing in the tears, Sarah. With summer now over, Ellie and Joel spend their ball break in Jackson County. Ooh, and Joel's got a new flannel. And so do I! Oh, I missed you, my little cotton poly spandex blend. Mwah. As they walk, Joel reveals to Ellie that he and Tommy haven't spoken in a while.
I believe his last words to me were, I don't ever want to see your goddamn face again.
I mean, I don't see the big deal. James tells me that every day.
What are you doing here? I told you I never want to see your goddamn face again!
You see what I'm saying?
Go!
All right, good luck with the Last of Us kill count.
So that guy's got coral on his head, and that's like a little girl. Joel killed a lot of people. You're terrible at this. Okay.
Joel finds the edge of the world again. Ellie, look! I'll prove this is a simulation. See, it's gonna smash on the... Oh. Guess this soul-crushing reality where my daughter's dead isn't a video game. I mean, makes sense. Who would ever make a dead daughter video game?
Being a dad can be the single greatest experience in life. But over the years, it becomes easy to take your child for granted. That's why the team at Naughty Dog created Dead Daughter Video Game, a hyper-realistic simulation that endears you to a little girl.
Crud, what time is it?
It's way past your bedtime.
But it's still today.
Before taking her away from you in the most brutal way imaginable.
It'll be okay, baby. Stay with me.
After playing, we guarantee you'll never let your child go again, even if they want you to. Dead Daughter Video Game, from the makers of Crash Bandicoot.
They keep going until they find a hydroelectric dam. And would you look at that? Some water that needs crossing. You know what that means, Ellie?
I know. Step on the fucking pallet.
Even the characters are annoyed by this mechanic. Maybe take it out. Maybe. I don't know. After they make it across, oh, they find a child's grave. Wait, is that a stuffed tiger? Calvin! This prompts Ellie to want to talk about what happened with Sam and Henry. But Joel refuses. I'm Joel. I'm gruff. I'll pick up bottles so I can put tiny notes with my feelings on them and throw them into an ocean of repression. Also, I'll use them to hit stuff. They reach a closed gate and the dam turns out to be a lot less abandoned than they thought. The guards pull their guns but are told not to shoot because...
He's my goddamn brother. Tommy.
Tommy and his wife Maria invite Joel and Ellie inside. Look at that, there's a whole town in there, complete with horses, badger dogs, and even power, when the generator's working, which it currently isn't. On the way to the generator, Tommy gives Joel a photo of him and Sarah, but Joel just gives it back, just like he wants to give Ellie back to Tommy, so that he can take her to the Fireflies. Tommy refuses, and things get a little tense.
I bring you the cure from mankind, and you want to play the pissy little brother?
We ain't back in Boston. You lay your hands on me again, it won't end well for you.
All that fighting sets off the drama alarm. Oh wait, that's just the alarm. Oh, look, the town's under attack. And they stabbed a guy. So Tommy and Joel redirect their sniping from each other to the enemy, reliving their glory days in new gory ways. Like when they used to play Little League together, or shotgun beers, until they both turned 18, which coincidentally is the number of dead they left behind. The bathed in blood brothers make it back to Maria and Ellie. Tommy agrees to escort Ellie to the Fireflies, but Maria's not too pleased about the idea.
If anything at all happens to him, it's on you.
But just when Joel's getting ready to hand off his surrogate daughter, Tommy gets word that Ellie's galloped off, having stolen a horse. After they saddle up, Tommy and Joel ride their horses through some beautifully rendered scenery that zips by so quick that, I'm gonna take a moment to slow things down and actually recognize the teams of people that made these environments possible. Okay, I'll start with the lighting artists. We've got Steve Cummings, Val Sinlau, Brandon McDonald, Nope, sorry, no time, we're under attack. Love you all. Joel and Tommy fight this fire with fists and guns, killing a magnificent 7. Oh, bye. They follow Ellie to an empty ranch house, and Joel just walks right in without knocking or nothing. Sure, why not? It worked out so well in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Upstairs, he finds Ellie flipping through a probably dead girl's diary, and she confronts him about trying to get rid of her. And the subtext finally becomes the text.
Not her,
Joel, unsurprisingly, doesn't take it well.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad.
is an intense scene that was one of the first written for the game, and was one of 2 scenes used to audition the characters. Just as he's telling her they need to go their separate ways, it looks like they've got company. So Joel attempts some attack therapy.
Can you believe she mentioned my daughter? She doesn't understand loss like me. And you losing your life. I mean, do you have a daughter? If so, I apologize for her not having a daddy no more.
Maybe you're just afraid of getting close to someone you could lose again.
There's a good point. Do you think, oh no, you're dead. You know what? Maybe it is time I let someone in. I've been a bit cold, just like your lifeless body. Hey, thanks. This has been real helpful. Consider that my copay.
They reach Tommy's settlement, and I guess Joel's therapy worked, since he's agreed to take Ellie the rest of the way. Tommy tells them that the Firefly's lab is at the University of Eastern Colorado, and so Joel and Ellie ride off into a black screen. The end of the first 11 hours of this game. Joel and Ellie reach the University of Eastern Colorado. Go Bighorns!
Oh, sorry, I only get into sports teams when they're fictional. Like the Blue Mountain State Goats or the Milwaukee Bears. Go Bears!
Ellie's named the horse Callus.
I hate that name.
Aw, don't be a naysayer, Joel. Look, hey, there's a flamethrower just lying around here. Wonder if Ripley used to go to this school. On the way to the Science Center, Joel shoots down a Firefly pendant from a tree. Woohoo! I know who to sell this to.
Ooh, what you buying?
And while Resident Evil was a big inspiration to Druckmann, he also wanted The Last of Us to be the opposite of those games. Instead of over-the-top action and enemy varieties, Druckmann was focused on building intimate relationships with his characters. As they ride, we actually get an example of one of these intimate moments.
When I was a kid, I used to want to be a singer.
Shut up.
Aw, it's so nice to see Joel opening up before, he goes back to opening up a can of whoop-ass on 6 runners, including a spurty machete chop. Gross cool. They travel past a stand selling concussions, and Joel finds another brick in the nearby dorm. But before he can put a sock on the door, he tries to get some privacy by serving some clickers and a bloater, the only drink college kids know. Also, he shoots them.
Now where were we, Bricky Martin?
Joel and Ellie reach the science building, but it's a lot more abandoned than they'd hoped. Joel finds a series of tape recorders left behind by a Firefly scientist who sounds awfully familiar.
We lost 2 more guards to infected attacks.
That's because he's voiced by Steve Bloom, who plays Wolverine, Spike Spiegel, Zeb Aurelius, and just simply so many voices.
He was also Blackboard Raymond.
Ah, but he was also the critters in Critters Attack. See? We're both fucking nerds. What is that?
It's a Digivice.
Oh god, that's
you see, there's
too much.
Digidesk and there's 7 of them. They get transported into...
Too nerdy!
The lab is full of research materials, including x-rays of Cordyceps infected brains. Oh, that does not look operable. Hey, there's also some monkeys.
What's this? Rage infected. Yeah, I definitely didn't take a vaccine for that, right, Ellie? Laugh at my damn jokes!
Joel and Ellie bust into an office and find Dr. Digimon's bastard Skelly, who we are gonna count because he's plot relevant, and James can't stop me.
Because I buried him alive!
In Dr. Tank Dempsey's final recording, he reveals the new location of the Firefly's lab, St. Mary's Hospital in Salt Lake City. The place where human life has worth. Unlike here, as proven when Joel gets his shorty to knock a couple guys onto the count, then switches to the full lengthy, before finishing everything off with an axe and a nail bomb. And a gunshot. Enough, Joel. A pissed off guy cutscenes Joel over a railing, dying in the process and skewering Joel like a leaf on the wind. But he's not dead yet, though these guys are. Ellie then unshishes her cadad so he can drunk stumble along like it was $5 pitcher night at the full shilling. Another guy finds us and oh goody! This one wants to make me think about the moral weight of my choices.
Those were my friends you killed, asshole.
Ooh, time to make a choice. Ooh, what should we do? I'll shoot him. I hope he got to see his friends again. The game then plays with the vignette sliders as Joel collapses, and Ellie adds 2 more to the count.
Hey, that better have been an emergency. Oh God, I'm dying.
Ellie helps get Joel outside, and then shoots a would-be horse rustler. And they briefly get away before Joel slips off the horse, and Ellie can't lift him back up because his backpack's probably too full of bricks.
They're necessities, and my lovers.
Now with Joel possibly dead, it seems as if winter is truly coming. And it's here! Oh, look at that, there's a cute little bunny. Oh God, I don't want to count that.
Oh, I thought you were counting everything.
James, you're dead?
No, I'm just astral projecting. Come dig me up.
I don't want to do that. Ben, Dig him up.
This is not my job.
Your job's whatever I tell you it is.
What's up, James? What's up, dude?
Well, with that, I guess we'll add Thumper to the count. We're now in control of Ellie for this section of the game, and it was important to Druckmann that the POV swap stayed secret in order to maintain its emotional punch. In fact, he straight up lied about it during the game's promotion when asked if you could play as Ellie.
Sorry, journalist.
All right, better see what she's got in her inventory. Take it away, Ellie.
Hey, I'm Ellie Belly 14, and it's time for another episode of That's My Bag, baby. Okay, let's see what I've got. Ooh, there's a switchblade, some joke books full of puns, you know, the lowest form of comedy.
Agree to disagree?
Oh, and a Sony Walkman. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. This is the Megazord I swiped from Sam before he died. A letter from my mom written before she died. This picture of Joel and Sarah from before she died. Wow, there's a lot of death in this bag.
All that death in the bag inspires her to go on a God of War-like hunting sequence, where she tracks and eventually kills a deer. And I can't believe that I had to add Thumper and now Bambi to the count. Ooh, I really hope there aren't any skunks around. Nope, just these two men who introduced themselves at Arrow Point.
Name's David. This here's my friend James.
Hey, Janice?
David tells Ellie that they're from a large group of hungry people and offers to trade for the deer. She demands penicillin, and James leaves to get it while David stays behind and lets Ellie hold his gun. While they wait, David tries to get to know Ellie.
What's your name?
Why?
The Last Woman. David's played by Nolan North, a certified legend in video game voice acting. Druckmann personally brought the role to him, having worked with him on the Uncharted series, where North stars as Nathan Drake. North jumped at the role and tried to use a voice that fans would not recognize as him.
I'd say we make a pretty good team.
A clicker attacks and David shoots it with a pistol he was keeping hidden.
Yeah, I don't trust this guy.
But suspicious or not, he's able to help her kill 25 more infected, giving Joel a run for his ration tickets. Since, money isn't a thing in the apocalypse. Ellie follows David to a large walkway that gives out, sending her into the path of more clickers. Oh, what's this? A brick? Maybe I don't need penicillin. Maybe True Love's brick can save Joel. Ellie then takes out 4 clickers before reuniting with David, who killed 3 himself. And not to be outdone, Ellie Kate Bishop's 2 more. She does a spot-on Joel impression by grabbing a ladder so they can head to, the next kill box. And on their way, I'm sorry. Did those infected sound like they're fucking? The sexy Corgi then turns into a blood orgy as Ellie and David finish off 20 infected, including giving this bloater a very unhappy ending. I mean, does that thing even have a dick? David tells Ellie he believes everything happens for a reason.
You know what? Maybe I was wrong about this guy.
Sent a group of men out a nearby town to look for food. Only a few came back.
Uh-huh.
They said that the others had been slaughtered.
Oh.
By a crazy man traveling with a little girl.
Oh no. Run, Ellie!
Ellie grabs Joel's medicine and gets the hell out of there. But Ellie Trickfoot's cleric skills aren't up to snuff, and Joel still looks worse for wear. Guess it'd be a bad time to mention that David's men are swarming the area. Ellie saddles up and tries to lead them away. One tries to grab her, but you never get between a girl and her horse. That's right, these two are gonna be together forever. Oh, they shot the horse. What a callous end to callous.
I hate that name.
Read the room, Joel. And no one kills a horse on my count and gets away with it. Get him, Ellie. She does, killing 13 of David's men, including one she gazee blows the legs off of. Yeah, that's for our techs. Whoops, sorry. My childhood trauma is showing. Unfortunately, David crashes the party and knocks Ellie out. She wakes up in a cell with that James guy cutting up some meat. Oh, that's not James A. Janice, that's James A. Cannibal. And look, here's David to offer Ellie some food. And he promises it's deer, but I don't trust that.
Awfully quick to judgment. Considering you and your friend killed how many men?
33 and counting. David tries to sell Ellie on his Soylent Green life, but she ain't buying it. Okay, yeah, I know this guy's a cannibal, but his vibes are just extra off, right?
And you're special.
Oh goody, he's a pedophile too. You know what, at this point, just make him a Nazi and complete the evil hat trick.
Ellie then breaks his finger.
Fuck yeah!
But misses getting the keys.
Fuck no!
But wraps things up by revealing her name in the best way possible.
Tell them that Ellie is the little girl that broke your fucking finger.
Now you're just being rude, and I hate shrewd people. We're back with Joel, who wakes up to find Ellie missing. He stumbles around looking for some Pepto or a green herb, but all he finds is some cannibals that he has to shoot because these flammable tanks don't do shit. Goddamn movies lied to me.
Joel gets grabbed, and if you don't press square, perhaps because you're distracted by your child, standing up on his own for his first time. Oh, there he is. Just look at him. Look at him.
Joel will get stabbed in the stomach. So this time, Joel can beat up the guys, tie him up, before asking one very knifely where Ellie is. And when they tell him, he thanks them with a neck snap and a pipe crack. Meanwhile, James and David are getting ready to open up an Ellie deli when she finds a way to make herself less appetizing.
I'm infected!
She shows off her bite and buys herself just enough time to stab James with a knife and make a break for it.
I mean, we've all been there, right?
Zoran, you can't bury your boss!
The cannibals follow her to an electronics store where every stabbing comes with a free gun. But before she gets a chance to use it, one of the cannibals beats her to death. Oh, and it's buy one death, get one free today as well. Oh God, where did he go? He's the wall rider. Okay, third time's the charm, as Ellie's able to stab and shoot 4 cannibals, before taking out 6 more as she makes her way outside. Oh yeah, she ain't playing games. Mostly because the power's out. David follows Ellie to Todd's restaurant.
That's the name? All right.
He locks her inside, and in order to get the keys, we have to play a twisted game of cannibal and mouse. As he stalks her through the now flaming restaurant, there are just so many different ways to die. First, Ellie could get stabbed with a machete, or she could get stabbed with a machete. Or if you're real careful, she can even get stabbed with a machete. She's able to get a good hit in jumping on his back, but he's able to throw her off. As we're thrown back into Joel's POV, who's in Silver Lake. Wait, this is not the Silver Lake I'm used to. Or the swan boats and the $8 coffees. It's just a bunch of cannibals. Oh, and some flashy cocktails to get them wasted.
Okay, so maybe it's a little like the Silver Lake I'm used to.
After a quick lame over screen, Joel comes back strong, killing just a whole bunch of people. Are we sure Joel's last name isn't Rifkin? Joel finds Ellie's backpack and a meat ledger filled with dates and pounds. Oh, is that the amount of buffalo that they shot on the Oregon Trail? Oh, no, it's people. It's definitely people. Joel heads outside where he spots the flames from Todd's restaurant. Inside, David's caught Ellie, but she spots his machete under a table. Of course, if you don't get to it in time, she suffocates. But if she does get to it in time...
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
No, you have no idea what Ellie's capable of, as she Tommy Jarvis's David to death. Good God, all right. Gotta get going. Good. Okay, Joel, a little help? Joel arrives to pull Ellie off of David and reassure her that it's okay now. She's safe. Unlike the restaurant burning down around them.
Why is the restaurant on fire, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
Spring gets off to a rough start when Joel finds this ominous family photo with "Forgive Us" written on the back. Okay, I don't know what they were. Oh God, they killed their kids. Oh, okay, yeah, they deserve to be remembered with a graphic, but yeah, I'm gonna have some words with Naughty Dog.
Dear Naughty Dog, please have less dead children in your next game. Signed, every parent ever. That should do it.
Meanwhile, Ellie's been acting as emotionally shut down as Joel.
I'm Ellie. I'm gruff. I don't want to get boosted up on stuff.
She eventually agrees, getting a ladder.
Oh my God.
Oh, damn it, young lady. You treat ladders with more respect.
Joel casually jogs after a suddenly very excited Ellie, wondering what could possibly have her so...
He did it. The crazy son of a bitch piss blanket died and the book bastard did it.
In a scene partly inspired by Jurassic Park, as confirmed by artist John Sweeney when he made Jurassic Park shirts for a bunch of Naughty Dog crew, we see our non-Sattler Ellie witness free-range giraffes grazing in a post-apocalyptic cityscape.
Is this everything you were hoping for?
It's got its ups and downs, but you can't deny the view, though.
Concept artist John Sweeney explained that this scene was intended to reignite Ellie's lust for life and remind her that there are still things left in this world worth seeing. Joel spots the hospital the Fireflies should be in, but offers to turn back here and take Ellie back to Tommy's instead. She refuses, not wanting all of their efforts to have been in vain. I mean, think of all the people that you've killed to get here, Joel.
I think of them every night when I close my eyes and try to sleep.
They continue out of the abandoned bus station, which doesn't look that different from most non-abandoned bus stations. As they walk through a triage, Joel finds the strength to talk openly about Sarah.
Can't imagine losing someone you love like that. Losing everything that you know. I'm sorry, Joel.
That's okay, Ellie.
Ellie then offers Joel the photo of him and Sarah, and this time, he takes it.
Well, no matter how hard you try, I guess you can't escape your past. Thank you.
Looks like Joel upgraded himself from Shiv Master to Forgive Himself Master. Joel and Ellie arrive in Salt Lake City and enter a tunnel, navigating around broken down cars and lots of infected. And since they're not going home, might as well go big, adding 21 more of these shroombas to the count, with a little bit of elbow grease, and a bow, and a gun, and a nail bomb, and a Molotov cocktail. Yeah, you know you like that, Bricky Ricardo. Deeper into the tunnel, Joel boosts Ellie over a gate, and then boosts the count up by 1 infected. And now it seems as if Joel's ladder skills have grown a bit lacking in his old age. That help? You know, if I kind of just put the ladder there, is not helpful at all? I'm just following the rules of the simulation. At least his skills have returned when it's time to push Ellie on a fucking pallet again. Yeah, I'll be there in a second, Ellie. Just gotta close my activity rings. Oh, what's that? Pants? Yeah, back where you belong at the bottom of the goddamn ocean. They move into the next area of the tunnel, where the water was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man trying to send back soup. But it's okay, because Ellie's got this. But that platform doesn't got Joel, as he falls through into a bus. Ellie tries to save him, but she gets swept away in the water. Oh, come on, swim, you son of a bitch, swim! Joel's right in the middle of administering CPR when a Firefly patrol surrounds them and knocks him out. He wakes up to see Marlene.
Remember her?
Who assures Joel that Ellie's all right. Joel wants to see her, but she's already being prepped for surgery. The doctors say they'll be able to remove the mutated cordyceps inside of Ellie and use it to create a vaccine. But Joel brings up a very good point.
But it grows all over the brain.
It does.
There's no way to remove the cordyceps without killing Ellie. Joel begs them to find someone else, but there is no one else. A Firefly guard escorts him from the room at gunpoint. But this guy doesn't know how good Joel is at beating the shit out of people. Joel wrestles away the guard's gun and shoots him in the dick. I mean, yeah, sure, that'll give up the location to the operating room pretty quick. Stop shooting him in the dick! After he's got the information, Joel moves from one head to another. Joel just doesn't get why other people have such a hard time with the trolley problem. Ellie's gotta live, so all these guys have got to die.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Bang, 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 bang. Oh, stop. This guy.
Not over here.
Nope, he's over here, murdering your friend. Order up. Pipe. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, this assault rifle sucks. Aha, that's better. Come with me, Brick Grimes, to commit some brick crimes. Oh yeah! Damn, you're mighty, letting his brains all hang out. Flame on! Hey, Homer, you're missing out! That was fun. Joel's bloodlust is only quelled when he sees an even bigger murderer in plushie form. Wait a minute, who the hell is that? Oh yeah, I'm coming for your record, Nathan Drake. Jack, Baxter, I have no beef with you. Down the hall, Joel finds a recording from Marlene. Contrary to how certain she seemed before, she's actually struggling with the weight of the choice to proceed with Ellie's surgery.
The tests just keep getting harder and harder, don't they?
No, it's easy. See? 8 more Fireflies just killed like that, like it's nothing. Nothing! Joel finds another recording from Marlene, this time begging Ellie's dead mother Anna for forgiveness, and finally making peace with her choice.
Your daughter will be with you soon.
Joel reaches the operating room and immediately stabs the head surgeon in the neck with his own scalpel. And Joel did not even scrub in first. I feel like Joel really wants to kill the other attendings, but I make sure to spare them. Scooping up this precious cargo as the alarms blare. Mirroring the opening of the game with Sarah, Joel carries his new surrogate through the chaos, and if he doesn't do it fast enough, it'll result in him dying 3 times. He finally reaches the elevator, but Marlene is waiting for them. She begs him to reconsider and give up Ellie in order to save the world.
You can still do the right thing here. She won't feel anything.
And we, the audience, won't see a thing as the camera cuts to Joel driving down the highway with Ellie in the back seat. He tells her there's others with immunity, and after failing with them, the Fireflies gave up on finding a cure.
Well, that's sure a lot of story we missed. Can we get a recap or something?
Let me go.
You just come after her.
Oh, no, he's a liar. A liar that shot Marlene. I'm Joel, I'm Gruff. You say you can save all of humanity by killing one little girl? Tough. The car breaks down and they decide to walk back to Tommy's.
It's actually kind of pretty, ain't it?
It really is. Ellie admits to Joel that she wasn't alone when she first got bitten in Boston. As seen in the DLC, her best friend Riley was with her, and she was actually the first to die. After this bit of honesty, she wants some in return, as the game ends with one final line.
Swear to me that everything that you've said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Mentiroso!
How many victims did our remastered bastard part from their lives in part 1 of The Last of Us? Let's find out after a brief moment of silence for those background bodies that we didn't count along the way.
Who are you calling a bastard?
Let's get lit!
I want to play a game.
Danger zone!
And those were his last words.
Now let's get to the numbers. Oh God, there's a small amount of water between me and the numbers. James, I need your help.
Don't worry, I'm here. Got it. It is one American pallet coming right up. There you go. Hop on, buddy. So you don't know how to swim?
Oh no, I know how to swim. I just ate and don't want to get a cramp. During our time in the post-apocalypse, we counted 799 kills, 83 of which were Ellie's and 412 were Joel's. I mean, good God, man. Adding the 75 bodies we found along the way, that gives us a total of 874 kills. That includes 604 humans, 3 begrudgingly counted animals, and 267 infected. Breaking the infected down further for you statics out there, well, there were 161 runners, 19 stalkers, 80 clickers, and 7 bloaters. As for gender, there were 468 men, 102 women, and 304 unknown, giving us this core-delicious pie. Wait, that's part human. Oh good, I'm a cannibal now. So, how did this stack up with other playthroughs? Well, with bodies and cutscenes and, whatnot, there are a baseline 372 kills that happen no matter what. And if you decided not to be a genocidal monster like Joel and avoid killing any enemies that you didn't have to, well, that would make the final minimum 414 kills. Although this only counts scripted deaths, bodies, and enemies that have to be killed by you, the player. If an enemy or your ally in the environment, shoots them for you, they're not counted here because frankly, we couldn't find any other approach to do, so hey, we did something. Now, if you decide to go the opposite way and kill every enemy in the game yourself, the most kills would be 937. So where'd that put us? On the higher level of the graph, and thus a lower circle of hell. And finally, what about player deaths? Well, we died 36 times. 30 for Joel and only 6 for Ellie, which I'm okay with, because the less kids I have to watch die, the better. With a playthrough time of 15 hours and 52 minutes, that gave us a player death on average every 26.4 minutes, and a kill on average every 1.1 minutes. And I cannot not see the blood whenever I close my eyes now.
Look at the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to David. The endless and bloody machete chopping of a cannibalistic pedophile is so cathartic for both Ellie and the player, and it's seemingly too much for Joel, the bearded butcher.
Where'd you learn to kill like that?
From you, all right. I learned it from watching you. Dull machete for lamest kill goes to choked out guy number 32. His performance was slightly worse than the others. And the royal reload for best character death goes to the bloater tearing Joel's face apart. I mean, it's more creative than a standard zombie bite and way more fun to watch than, just getting shot, drowning, or death by falling. Still can't believe that was one.
And that's it. The Last of Us originally came out in 2013.
Spawning a sequel, this 2022 remake here, and an HBO series starring Ronaldo.
Hey man, came all this way, had to explain.
direct from Reynaldo.
Next month, I've made the choice to play Until Dawn to celebrate the new movie that has probably fuck all to do with the game. But until then, I'm a man who can never wash the ray trace blood off of his hands. And this has been the Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count.
It's the year 1980, and the streets of New York City are being stalked by a killer.
That kook running around.
By a creep.
There's somebody over there.
By a maniac. By day, Frank Zito is a mild-mannered art connoisseur. But by night, he's something even more terrifying. He's a maniac.
This has got to stop.
Watch in horror as Frank adds to his collection of mannequins and bodies.
What will people say?
Squirm in discomfort as he calls out for his mom.
Mommy.
Mommy, mommy.
Mommy.
Revel in the unrated gore from the legendary Tom Savini.
Well, here we are, huh?
This week, watch this grimy cult classic slasher. Watch Maniac.
I heard about it.
And on Friday, stalk over to the Kill Count. Only on Dead Meat.
I was scared, real scared.
Maniac.
It can currently be watched on the pictured streaming platforms. Dead Meat always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Thank you for watching The Last of Us Kill Count. I got Ben over here with me because this script took every team member to get to put together. That is what, it's the longest kill count.
It consumed our soul.
It consumed every bit of us. Yeah, so Addison did the first draft, and then Ben and Tim went in and tried to consolidate it down, because this thing was like 15,000 words. And I just want to take a moment to say thank you to Fiona, our executive assistant, who has now actually gone on to a new job and is no longer with us. Dead Meat wise, she's alive. Whenever I say she's no longer with us.
Christ almighty.
She was here for 2.5 years. And she used to help decorate the set and get everything situated, and she's just a ray of sunshine.
She is.
I'll miss her little wave. Yeah, that one. But just thank you, Fiona, for everything from the bottom of my heart and maybe Ben's heart, which is somewhere in there. So yeah, thank you to everyone for supporting the video game kill counts. We'll see you next month for Until Dawn. And until then...
Until dawn.
So until dawn, be good people.